If you are on YouTube, go to the link in the description. Join us on school for the live events on the school account, y'all. You have to join for the live events on school in order to be able to participate in the giveaways. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, first things first, join the school. It's in the description. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just do it. Today, I'm going to be going over. Man, today's a full day. It's going to be a fun day. All right. It's going to be a very, very fun night. I've got a lot to dive into tonight. Peace. I got some purdy dogs out there. So I've got a lot to dive into tonight, for sure. What you got going? What you got brewing? It looks healthy. So I'm not going to dive into it yet because it's not quite 8 o'clock, and there are some people that I want to see on here that before I get started on some things. So before we get started, I've had an interesting week, a fun and interesting week. I have had some very fun conversations that did not end well. I've had some great conversations that ended very well. So I might dive into that a little bit if we have some time. But as far as that goes, I have some awesome products on the website, and I'm going to talk about a few of them today because I have been enjoying them and I am feeling fantastic because I've been enjoying them. And some of the other people that have started taking them have been feeling fantastic. And I'm really excited about a couple of these companies that I have started using because I really like their quality. But we got a few of those. We got a giveaway tonight of the Age Rescue. Uh, uh, there it is, Age Rescue. We're going to go over that product tonight as well. This is not a product that I have on my website because it's not something I want to sell, right? And there's a reason for that. Because I think I can make it better, right? And the reason I'm giving this away is because it's a cool product to experiment with and to kind of get some good results from. But it's not like the best, right? And so I didn't order this. They accidentally sent it to me. So I'm going to give it away because I think it's a cool product. I just don't think it's going to lend like the greatest results that you really, really want to see out of a product like this, right? There's some really, really good age rescue products out there. Well, yes, there's some really good ones, but I can't get access to them yet. So I'm attempting to get access to them so I can sell them at a decent price. But there are some really good anti-aging formulas out there that I would love to get my hands on because I don't want to make them because you have to, they're ones that you really have to have some good facilities and good technology to make sure that they are done the proper way. And so there's a company out there that does it the best, and they're the only ones I would trust with it because they were kind of on the forefront of all of it with the technology and stuff. So that's something I would love to have on my page, but I can't get it. It's so difficult because they're always out of it. So I'm gonna be hitting them up here soon to see if I can get some. and get it readily available, because it's one that I've touted for years and years, and they've actually upgraded the formula 5 times. But I think the number 4 formula is actually the best. And they have a 5th one. And I'm like, I don't like that one as much as maybe it's the 3rd. It's like the 3rd or the 4th one. But it's called Super Pill. And it is probably one of the best anti-aging formulas I've ever seen. And they have the technology behind it to actually do a really good job with it. What's up, Lorraine? Awesome. You are now going to be in the drawing for tonight's giveaway. I was just talking about the giveaway because the giveaway, let me add you in here, Lorraine. So, all right, save. And she's got 1 ticket in there. Let me get Mr. Chris in here for the raffle. Got you guys in here. Yeah, so this is what we're giving away tonight. It's called Age Rescue. It's got some really good things in it. Really cool. But what I was saying was I actually got this on accident for free from the company when I ordered some of their other supplements that I really like. This one's good, but it's not like great, right? So I'm not going to actually offer it on my website. So I decided to give it away on here. It's a cool one to experiment with if you win it. Take it and you will be able to feel some results and stuff from it, but it's not the best. And I really only want to put the best stuff on my website for people to be able to get the stuff that really does make a difference in people's lives and is done at a really, really good quality. And so, not saying that this isn't done at a good quality, it's just not the best formula, put it that way. But I got a few products here I'm going to talk about tonight. One of them I'm going to show you guys I'm going to make a drink with, which is this one, the Mushroom Complex Bitters. This thing has like 40 different herbs in it. It's really awesome. And I'm going to be making a drink with that tonight. I'm going to show you guys that. Let's see, Sarah, let's get you in the drawing. Sweet, sweet. We will get through all of the herb talk stuff tonight, all of the autoimmune disease stuff. Mom, get you in the drawing. And we got 18 entries right now into this drawing. Oh, there's another one. All right, we got 19 entries into this drawing. This is going to be awesome. So, as I was saying, I'm going to make a drink with this before we get started. Super awesome stuff. Sarah Mitchell, she actually got some of this today. Really good stuff. It has like 50 different herbs, 40 or 50 different herbs. I didn't count. There's a lot of them. But they're all really good stuff, right? And they're extractions and powders and bitters from all these different herbs. It has a bunch of different medicinal mushrooms, which are just fantastic for you, right? And I actually, one of the bottles, the cap had broken on it when it came in, so I put it in my jar here. And so I decided I'm going to get to enjoy it. So it's got some really good stuff in it, right? One thing about these, they're meant to be cycled in and out, right? So these aren't meant to be taken perfectly forever, right? Take it for a month, swap it out, have another one, Shilajit one, swap it out with this one, cycle them, right? You can take it for a really long time. It's just better to cycle these things out because some of the herbs and stuff in it, your body gets used to, doesn't utilize properly. It, too much of a good thing can be too much, obviously. So you want to cycle these things in and out because there's so much going on with it. Especially Shilajit is one thing you definitely want to cycle. Mushrooms you can take forever as much as you want, but all the other herbs that are in this, there's some herbs in here that you want to cycle in and out. There's a little bit of like wormwood, the bitters and stuff like that. And we've talked about that, the different effects of wormwood and stuff like that for the parasitic cleanse. But so you want to take these in cycles, 1 month on, 1 month off. or swap them out for the Shilajit one. There are some others that I'm going to look into and getting for these bitters, but right now it's just these two because I want the best ones. Right, I'm going to look into the other ones and see how they work and everything that's in those. But I'll make sure I got everybody in for the drawing. Sweet, awesome. But this product is super cool. I like to make a fun little drink. It's like a mocktail, if you will, herbal mocktail. This is how I like to have fun with introducing my herbs and taking them and stuff. And because if you can't have fun with it, you're not going to do it right. If it's like a chore, then it sucks to do. I don't like to suck to do good things for myself. I like it to be fun and enjoyable. So I make this little drink at night, and it's like having, a, a drink at the end of the day, like if you go to a bar or something, but we're not drinking alcohol here. So, herbal bitters, which is that. I do 1 ounce or half an ounce. Really, the dosage is half an ounce for this, but so you can do half an ounce for your dosage if you want. So half an ounce there. I don't know if you can see my jar or not. Who just joined? Lane, there we go. Lane, I'm making a really cool mocktail with this mushroom complex bitters. So half an ounce to an ounce, somewhere around there. This is a 1 ounce spoon I like to use. So half an ounce of that. Tart organic cherry juice. Tart cherry juice is awesome for anti-inflammation, for your joints, for uric acid control, for gout. Really good stuff, y'all. Black cherry juice, 2 ounces of that. So 2 ounces tart, 2 ounces black cherry. I need to write this formula down, don't I? Really good minerals. 2 ounces of that. I like to add 1 ounce of agave just to give it that umph. You don't have to, but I like to add it. So 1 ounce agave right there, and 1 ounce of lime juice. You don't have to add all this stuff. You can make it however you want. This is just how I have found that I really like it. 1 ounce of lime juice. All these ingredients are organic, by the way. And then, last but not least, a Zevia. This is just a ginger ale Zevia. It is a no sugar soda alternative that we like to use here at the house. But you just give that a little swirl. Get it all mixed up. Now, ginger ale, they have one that's like a Sprite. That's really good as well, like a lemon lime. I really like the ginger ale because it doesn't really impede on the taste, and it has that ginger, has actual ginger in it, which is really great as well. But really awesome drink to have at night. You get a bunch of different herbs that are really good for you. All right, let me make sure I got everybody in here for the drawing. All right. Robert. All right. I think I got everybody in here for the drawing. So it's going to be a good one, y'all. 20 entries tonight. But it's good. If you go 1 ounce on it, it's a little more bitter. You can get that bitter. You go half an ounce like I just did, bitter's barely there, right? So it's more enjoyable that way. But I actually kind of like the bitter. So it actually, after a few sips, it kind of grows on you. But really good little nightcap drink, if you will. That's what I just got that word from my wife earlier. So, all right, let's get started. Let's jump into Herb Talk number 23. Man, we're starting like 10 minutes late already. But Herb Talk number 23 and autoimmune series number 13, y'all. We're jumping into the gut today, right? So we're going to go dive a little bit deeper into a kind of a 5-step process of how to go about fixing your gut, right? We talked pretty in depth about the gut, about the different things. So we're going to skim through this and go through a process of how we get our gut back on track. We're going to go through some herbs, and we're going to talk about some of these supplements, and we're going to go into questions. So let's get started. Now, especially for autoimmune disease, right? No autoimmune healing is complete without addressing the gut. Obviously, we have talked about this time and time again because the gut is so important. The majority of the immune system is located in the digestive tract, and ongoing gut dysfunction creates continuous immune activation, right? So the 5 R's protocol, right? So that's what we're calling this. The 5 R's is a structured approach to restore your gut integrity and reduce inflammation and rebalance the microbiome, right? So the first step is remove. We've talked about remove a couple of times. This involves eliminating factors that are actively damaging the gut, right? Or triggering immune responses. This includes inflammatory foods such as gluten, dairy, processed foods, as well as pathogens like bacteria, parasites, and fungal overgrowth like candida. So the goal is to reduce the sources of irritation and immune stimulation so the gut can begin to calm down, right? So remove all the irritants. The second step, replace. So once the irritants are removed, the focus then shifts to supporting proper digestion. So many individuals with gut dysfunction have low stomach acid, right, or insufficient digestive enzymes. So this leads to incomplete breakdown of food, which can contribute to fermentation, bloating, increased intestinal permeability. Supporting digestion may include the use of digestive enzymes, right? So we're going to support it as well. So we're going to replace those things, or hydrochloric acid, right? If the stomach is low in acid, the bile salts to aid in fat digestion, right? So those things have to be substituted or introduced to help along the process sometimes, right? So proper digestion reduces the burden on the gut and limits the amount of undigested material that can trigger immune responses along that wall. Reinoculate is the third one. Reinoculate. This step focuses on restoring a healthy gut balance of gut bacteria. The microbiome plays a major role in the immune system, right? We know that it is like 70 to 80% of your immune system. It helps to absorb nutrients, right? And maintaining that gut lining, that gut barrier. So the probiotics introduced the beneficial bacteria, while prebiotics are the fuel for the bacteria, right? That they need to grow and thrive. Probiotics are the actual bacteria, right? So you have probiotics and prebiotics. So this helps shift the gut environment away from dysbiosis and toward a more balanced and supportive ecosystem. The fourth step is repair, right? So at this stage, the goal is to heal the gut line. And we have a whole gut course in school. If you want to go to that and go through the gut course and follow those things, really awesome. We have a whole product on the website on Great Health by God, specifically for getting your gut health back on track. This right here is where you, on the repair part, is where you would get that product to repair your gut lining. So first, you would start to remove the irritants, and you can do the first 3 pretty much kind of right back to back, like within the same week or so, right? Remove all the irritants. That's pretty simple to do. You can do that without getting anything extra. You just take out all the crap. And then you start to go through the other two stages, and you get to repair. That's when you get this product on the gut health protocol on greathealthbygod.com, right? So at this stage, the goal is to heal the gut lining and restore its integrity, right? So nutrients such as L-glutamine, zinc, and collagen support the regeneration of the intestinal cells. Those are all within bone broth, right? So that product has bone broth as its main constituent. And then tightening of junctions between the cells, so it helps to regenerate the intestinal cells. Herbs such as slippery elm, marshmallow, and the diglycerinated licorice, DCL licorice, provides soothing and protective effects. So it has all three of those in there as well. Repairing the gut barrier reduces intestinal permeability and helps prevent unwanted substances from entering the bloodstream. It's called leaky gut syndrome. That's what we do not want. That is what triggers immune responses and causes all these issues, right? And it causes a lot more issues than just autoimmune, but specifically addressing autoimmune, it is very real and one of the leading causes to it. So then we have the fifth step, which is rebalance, right? The fifth step addresses the lifestyle factors, right? So that influence gut health in particular. So, and immune function, right? So chronic stress, poor sleep, nervous system dysregulation can all impair digestion and increase gut permeability. Now, we talked about this cycle between the two brains, right? In the vagus nerve that connects them. And the cycle of one affects the other, which affects the other, which affects the other, and it's just this continuous cycle. Well, that's where going through this process of getting your gut back in check and then changing some things with your lifestyle breaks that cycle and starts to rebalance your nervous system, get you back into parasympathetic nervous system and out of fight or flight mode, right? So chronic stress, poor sleep, and nervous system dysregulation can all impair digestion and increase that gut permeability. So supporting the parasympathetic nervous system through practices such as breath work, improving sleep quality, managing stress helps restore normal gut function and maintain long-term balances. So these 5 steps work together as a comprehensive system, removing triggers, which reduces the damage, replacing the digestive support, which improves breakdown of food, re-inoculating, which restores the microbiome and that microbial balance, repairing strengthens the gut barrier, rebalancing ensures that the environment supports the ongoing healing process, right? So this process addresses both the root causes and the conditions that allow gut dysfunction to persist, and many of the root causes for disease, right? Most people don't know that neurotransmitters are mostly produced by your gut and that nervous system around your gut. Everything around and in your gut produces things like serotonin, right? Super important for producing happy emotions and good moods and feelings of euphoria, which are very necessary for connection with other human beings, all these things, right? So really, really important to have your gut working right. And I heard earlier, which I knew this, but I was listening to a podcast that Chris actually sent me. Is really good. But he was explaining it really well, much better than I could ever explain it. But he was basically stating that there is a single cell wall lining that separates the outside environment into your inside environment, and that is in your gut lining. That gut lining is a single layer cell wall that basically is the difference between allowing something into your body or not allowing it into your body, because the gut lining is actually still not in your body, right? So it's still kind of like your skin that goes all the way through you, all the way um, out your rear end, basically from your mouth to your rear end, still not really inside of your body, right? If you think about it, you're kind of like a donut hole, and so until the stuff gets into the donut, it's not really in your body, right? And so, but that is also a very thin barrier that can easily be circumvented by all sorts of things if it is damaged. So getting that back on track, getting it right, is extremely important. The herbs of the week, we talked about these before when we went over gut health, or a few of these at least I really like. So since we're talking about gut again, we're going to go over a few of them again. Slippery elm is a classic demulcent herb that produces a thick gel-like mucilage, and when it's mixed with water, right? So it's really cool. That's why the gut healing protocol is a powder that you mix with water, because the mucilage and the different amino acids and stuff, and when they combine with that mucilage, is even better because it goes directly to that gut lining and sits there and actually gives your body everything it needs to build and properly protect and everything else. Really cool. That's why it's a powder that you put into water. There's a strategy behind that. Not because I didn't want to put it in capsules or anything like that. Well, I didn't want to put it in capsules, but there's a reason why it's made like that, right? So, and it tastes good. It's not bad either. So really awesome. It helps to create that protective barrier in the gastrointestinal lining, and it helps to calm down inflamed tissues. So this coating, it actually helps reduce direct irritation from stomach acid, digestive enzymes, and inflammatory compounds. So it creates an environment that allows the intestinal lining to repair itself, right? Oh, let me get this one in here. Approve. All right. Maybe they'll join. Got somebody else in here. I don't know if y'all sent it out to anybody or not, but so let me make sure I got everybody in here. Oh, we got one more person that I did not get. Let me get him in here. Robert. All right. 21 entries for this giveaway. That is fantastic. So, like I said, slippery elm it's used as a powder normally mixed with water, and that's one of the reasons why the gut healing protocol is a powder that you mix with water. L-glutamine is an amino acid that serves as the primary fuel source for enterocytes, which are the cells that line the intestines, right? So these cells have a high turnover rate and require constant supply of nutrients to maintain their integrity of the gut barrier. Now, that high turnover rate benefits us, as well as it has its downfalls, right? So the benefit is that you can repair your gut pretty rapidly. Fantastic. 3 days to really repair your gut. You want to, now, if you've done a lot of damage and stuff, this is why I do it for a month. I do that process for a month. Sometimes it could take a little longer, but the cells to actually replicate and get that lining going in the right direction, 3 days, right? Those cells to rebuild and repair. So super awesome, but they can get damaged quickly, right? And they can lose their ability to maintain, right? So that's why we do it longer, to make sure we're providing a really good healing environment for our gut. So yeah, they require that constant supply of nutrients, right? So when the gut is damaged or inflamed, the demand on glutamine increases. So supplementing with L-glutamine supports the regeneration of these cells. It helps tighten the junctions between them and reduces intestinal permeability. That's done with zonulin. We talked about that. And then a common dose is around 5 grams, right? Daily. We do 5 grams of bone broth in the gut healing protocol. A lot of that is L-glutamine, right? So zinc carnosine. Zinc carnosine is specialized zinc bound to a dipeptide carnosine. And this combination has been shown to, in clinical settings, to support the healing of the gut lining and reduce intestinal permeability. It's good. So good. So zinc plays a role in tissue repair, immune function, and maintaining integrity of the intestinal barrier. And it helps stabilize the gut lining, right? So it reduces inflammation for long-term support and healing. I really like aloe vera. It's the one thing that I didn't put into the gut healing protocol just because it's a little bit difficult. You can get like a powdered version of it, but I am skeptical as to the healing properties of that because there's a lot of enzymes and different things that are in aloe vera that lend to its anti-inflammatory and to its actual repair mechanisms, right? So it's really great for skin. It's really great to use the gel internally, but to have it in a powdered product, the efficacy of that is kind of sketchy. So I wouldn't put it in there. And you still get that mucilage from the marshmallow and the slippery elm. So, whatevs. But you can always add it into your protocol if you want. Aloe vera is always great to grow and have around. It's amazing for any type of skin conditions or accelerated healing of tissues, especially external tissues. Really great stuff. But it has awesome effects on your digestive tract. It helps calm irritation and supports that healing of the mucosal tissues. The inner gel contains compounds that promote tissue repair or reduce inflammatory signaling. So it's the inner leaf gel. The outer latex layer can have a strong laxative effect, so you don't want that. You want to fillet that thing and get that inner clear gel. It's really good for you. So aloe can be taken as a liquid or a gel, typically before meals to support direct contact with the gut lining. Calendula is one that I really love for skin. So anything that's really good on your skin, a lot of times is good at healing in your gut. Calendula is amazing for skin conditions as well. But it has mild antifungal and antimicrobial properties, which can help maintain balance of gut environment. It promotes circulation to tissues and supports regeneration of damaged areas, making it useful in conditions involving irritation or inflammation of the gut lining, right? So together, these compounds and herbs support gut healing from multiple angles. Slippery elm and aloe provide that immediate soothing and protection. L-glutamine fuels cellular repair. The zinc strengthens the structural integrity. Calendula supports tissue regeneration and microbial balance. And this approach helps to restore the gut lining and reduce one of the key drivers of immune activation. So we have a few different herbs that we have added in there for this particular one. We've talked about a few others as well when we were doing the gut healing portion early on, when we were brushing by all that and going through the gut healing stuff. So let's go ahead and get the drawing out of the way. How about we do that? How about that? Let me see. Make sure I've got everybody in here. I think everybody who is in the drawing is in here tonight, so this is awesome. We've got all the entries, right? I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm trying to get it to focus. They don't want to focus. We've got 21 of them, all the names in here, and we are going to start this raffle. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to see who wins? Remember, we're going for the age rescue. For the age rescue. First of all, the age rescue is pretty good. I was explaining this earlier, that it's not my favorite product, right, for like age related stuff, right? So it's not like, super awesome and like the best ever, right? But it's good. It's not great, but it's good. But I did get it for free. They sent me this on accident, and it's not something that I'm going to put on the website because, like I said before, when I don't think everybody was in here, I like to put the best of the best stuff up, and this is not the best of the best. You'll get some good results from it. You'll probably feel a little increased energy, better blood flow, that sort of thing. Maybe even some good effects for your gut and stuff like that with this. But it'll be minor, but you'll notice some good stuff with this. But when I like to pick products, I like them to be like really, really super awesome and the best ever, right? So a lot of this stuff, it'll help nitric oxide production, which is really great. It'll help remove ammonia from the system, so that urea cycle, really good. It may reduce some fatigue with your exercise and support recovery and growth hormone and stuff like that. Really great. It'll help with collagen production. It'll help with your immune system as well, with your gut, all that kind of stuff. It's got some good stuff in here, right? It's gonna be good, but it's not like the best, right? It'll help with muscle. It'll muscle repair, all that kind of stuff. So it's got some good stuff, right? Healthy aging, but it's not the best. There's a really good one out there, and I will get it, but it's really difficult to get. So, but we will have it, and it's called Super Pill. It's one of the super pills. They have 5 formulas. I think it's the 3rd or the 4th one that I really like. That's phenomenal. Anyways, I digress. Let's go. Here we go. Boom. Who is it? Who is it? Can you see it? Kitty Pollard. Kitty Pollard, you have won it.
I'm the oldest woman, and I need it.
You're the oldest one in here? Is that what you
Woman,
said?
not the oldest man, the oldest woman.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You have to be specific.
10 jalapeno poppers for that.
Yeah. Now the bargaining begins. But so that one's going to you. Sweet. The next one, I have not decided what we're going to give away, but it's probably going to be something or nothing of one of these that I'm going to talk about real quick tonight. I really I like these formulas a lot. They're really good. I've been taking them. I feel so fantastic taking these. I love stuff that's really good for anti-inflammatory. I have a lot of injuries. I have a lot of things that hurt because of those injuries, and to be able to take some stuff and actually feel that pain go away and it be good for you is really, really great, and allow for that healing process to take place. One of my most recent injuries is my foot. I almost got it crushed in a machine, and it was fractured, and then some other ligament stuff going on with it. But I hadn't done anything for it because I was going through, it was workman's comp. So I was going through the workman's comp process. So I was waiting to get through all of that. And then I started taking my stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to get to it and start healing. And these are the 2 major things that have completely made a difference. These are awesome. So first, the first product, I believe, let me make sure this is right. Yes, the first product, this one, is really awesome. 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, super awesome. We all love vitamin C. We know what that does. Really good stuff. It's got vitamin D3, really good for you as well. So you're going to have all the cofactors of everything that you need in this as well. Vitamin C is a cofactor to vitamin D. We talked about that, I think, last herb talk, maybe the herb talk before that. We talked about vitamin D and the vitamin D receptor gene, and all the cofactors that come along with it. You're going to have 3 different forms of zinc with this. So you have all the active forms of zinc. You have, I mean, it's awesome. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Turmeric. Now the turmeric is minor in this. It's more supported, right? But then you have good probiotics in this. Really good probiotics. Really good enzymes like bromelain for anti-inflammatory as well. Echinacea for increased NK cells, acute infection support, right? So really good for immune system. Garlic, ginger, Irish moss, lysine, all the ingredients. Nettle leaf for all of the antihistamine, immune modulation, all the ton of minerals that are in it. Really, really awesome. And it's got reishi mushroom, rose hips, elderberry, all that really good antiviral, anti-everything stuff, right? But when you combine it with this one, it completes itself. It's amazing. This one is like super anti-inflammatory. This one's more of like, well, I don't know. They both have a little bit of everything. That they should be one product, but you can't make them into one product because that'd be too much. I guess you could, but it'd be a really big bottle, right? You have to take 4 or whatever of each. But it's really good stuff. Turmeric, moringa. It's got a lot of turmeric in it. Super awesome. Boswellia and turmeric combination is my go-to combination for anti-inflammatory injuries, all that stuff. I've been looking for a product that had a good amount of turmeric and a good amount of boswellic acid because it's difficult to find a good formula like that have both of them. And I found it in this company, which is really awesome. And the quality is great. I can tell a difference when I take it the same day, the first day. It's not you wait 2 weeks before you notice a difference. If you have pain and you take this the first day, you'll notice a difference. And it get better too after a few days of taking it. But you notice a difference the first day. It's got moringa. Moringa is fantastic. A lot of you know about moringa. It's got a 50-to-1 extract of moringa. Super rich in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, blood sugar support. Right, supports glutathione, the master antioxidant in the body. It also has nettles, which you can never get too much of. Black pepper, holy basil, ashwagandha, right? And it doesn't have like a absorbent amount, whatever, however you say that. It doesn't have a ridiculous amount of ashwagandha in it, right? So it's not like too much of like, ooh, calm, right? It's right amount. It's a good amount. And tart cherry for anti-inflammation as well. Really, really good stuff. These two combined are phenomenal. It gives you all the things you need. You don't need to take a multivitamin if you take these, right? You got the moringa, you got the nettles, you got every single thing that you can need in these. I think, let me see if I saw this correctly. Maybe it's in the other product I was looking at. Okay, so elderberry, Saphora japonica quercetin. So it's got quercetin in it. We talked about that as well. Really good stuff. It's fantastic. Sorry, there's a lot of ingredients, so I'm trying to make sure I cover all those. And then we talked about these, making the drinks. Super cool. Really good stuff. It's a really great way to get your medicine into your diet. You have to formulate ways of getting it into your diet. And when you do these things, consistently, right, your health gets better and better and better rather than declining, right? Which is the best part. A lot of times I tell people I'm on like the complete opposite side of the spectrum when it comes to health. Like everybody else is like, here's normal. And everybody's like back here trying to catch up to get to normal. I'm like over here trying to like see how good I can feel. Going like superhuman over here. No, I've fallen back, into that a few times, not perfect. Um, but it's so great when you can get on that other side. Just how good can I feel? How what, like, how much energy can I have? How motivated can I feel? All that stuff, rather than how can I just get motivation? How can I get clarity of thought? Right? How can I get those sort of things? Um, Big difference, very big difference, right? Rather than trying to catch up, you're just like enjoying the process, right? It's a big difference. Any questions tonight? I know I've gone over a bunch of stuff. Anything specific anybody wants to talk about or ask? Yes, no, maybe so. I'm just enjoying my drink, y'all. That's good. It's really good. Sarah, did you make one? Mitchell?
Yes, I did. But I mixed mine with the Zevia root beer and just that, and it
Oh,
was good.
okay, cool. Very cool. It wasn't too bitter.
No, it tasted good, but I probably didn't put enough in it either.
Half an ounce.
I used
That,
a small spoon.
yeah. Yeah, half an ounce is, your dose, but you can do a little more if you want.
Okay, I'll make 2
But
tomorrow.
yeah, it's good stuff. Half an ounce will get you a month's worth of use. Half an ounce a day, right? So, um, but anywhere between there, it's fine.
Sounds good. Thank you.
hmm Now, Lorraine, putting you on the spot in front of all these people, you had some questions about some stuff today. Did you want to ask them now, or do you want to talk about it later? I'm going to take that as you want to talk about it later.
What? Sorry, I had to get away from everybody so I
Oh, you're
could talk on the phone. I did actually send a message, but I guess you can't see it. So I
Oh,
guess so.
let me
What you
see.
talked, it's okay. I can talk now. So my question is, so can I assume that you're saying most, if not all, our issues of not feeling right and foggy brain is all related to the gut?
Yeah, most of your issues are going to be related to gut health, right? There are some different herbs and different things that you can help um, to accelerate different processes, but also just help in maintaining balance with like oxidation processes in the body. There's some different things like, so for brain fog and energy levels and stuff like that. As time goes on and you age, there are some things that happen with hormones and stuff like a process called aromatization, right? Aromatization is the process of good hormones converting over into bad estrogen. and it's an oxidative process that um, uh, builds up too much estrogen, takes away from progesterone, testosterone, all that kind of stuff. And so a buildup of that type of estrogen is bad. It can greatly degrade your energy levels and stuff like that. So taking something, and it's different for men and women, the herb that you would take for that, right? So for men, it would be nettle root, right? The root of nettles, not just the leaves. That would be the better option for men. For women, it would be um, passion flower. I almost forgot it. Passion flower would be really, really good for women for stopping aromatization, right? So there's like different things that you would take other than gut health, right? For maybe improving brain fog or energy levels, right? But yeah, there's all different things you can do to help that process. But gut is where it starts, right? Without a good gut, you can't get the right minerals you need. You can't calm the inflammation in your body. You can't get your immune system working properly. You can take all the herbs in the world, but if they're not actually getting into your body or properly being utilized by your body, then it doesn't really matter, right? So that is where it all starts, is with your gut. So notice astronomical improvements in your health when you get your gut right, right? So the first part of that, like we went over, is removing the irritants, right? Doing kind of an elimination diet where you kind of shed away the processed food and the possible triggers. And then you go for the specific herbs that we were talking about. And I made it really easy for everybody. If you go to greathealthbygod.com and get the gut health protocol, it's a 30-day product. You add a scoop of it into water every day, and you drink that, preferably in the morning without anything else. Or you can drink it at night without anything else. It's better to do it without anything else. That way, all of those herbs really get to touch the gut lining and sit there for a minute, right? So, I've tried to make it easy in doing that rather than having to go get all these herbs and make your own stuff, because it costs a lot to try and do that. I think it's like when I went through everything just to order each herbs individually and stuff, is like $200 just to order it all and put it all together. But so I made it a little bit easier for people to get and to actually just go through the 30-day protocol. But you first want to remove the stuff, right? You want to remove the processed foods, sodas, things that are going to, all the artificial synthetics, all that stuff that can be in your foods. You want to be looking for those things. Seed oils, industrial seed oils. Pretty much every seed oil, right? The oils that you want to stick to that are not inflammatory to your system are going to be olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, butter and tallow and beef fat. All those, grease from meats, animal fats are really good. But those are the main ones that are not going to cause you to have those sort of issues and problems, or be inflammatory in your system, pretty much. So that's where you start, right? Is with gut healing. You're going to notice an astronomical difference just in getting your gut right. And then you start putting in and plugging in some of these herbs to get your system really, use it as a catalyst, basically, to get your health back on track in the right direction. And then it's a lot of fun after that to see the difference. Did we get somebody else in here? There's 2 Sarah Pollards. How did that happen? 3 Sarah Pollards. Are y'all seeing that?
I have no idea why it does that.
Okay.
I've tried to get out and get back in, but
That's
yeah.
weird.
It's her multiple personalities.
That's
I
what
was
it
just about to say that.
is. Got all the pollards in here, but yeah, gut health is where it's at, man. It really is. Um, it's something that people are finally catching up to nowadays. Is learning that gut health is like the most important thing in your health, right? In your internal environment. Um, there's a lot of things externally, but gut health really is an all-encompassing thing, right? So when you get into gut health, you start learning that everything affects your gut. So you have to start changing a lot of things.
Gut health, gut health, Lorraine, is like the core. It's like when you're exercising, if you don't have a strong core, you have a weak back and everything else. If you
Yeah,
don't have a strong gut in health, then you're going to have a weak system.
yeah, that is true. And if you don't have a strong core now, the strength of your core now will determine your strength for the next like 15 years of your life if you don't improve it, right? So especially when you start to get older and movement becomes less easy to do, your core is what will keep you healthy or healthier physically for longer when you start to get up in age. So it's really important as well. I know that was an analogy, but I wanted to emphasize that because you said that, but it is very important. Loving it. Loving it. These are really cool. I haven't tried this one yet, the Sheila Jeep, but I'm excited to try it. I'm going to do a month on this, and then I'm going to swap to this and do a month on this and see how this one is. Sheila Jeep is really awesome. It provides amazing fulvic acid minerals, right? Does anybody know what Shilajit is?
Do we get to quit? I don't know.
It is. It's a mineral deposit that like oozes out of the side of the Himalayan mountains, and it's a fulvic acid deposit, right? And it has basically every trace mineral and mineral that you could ever possibly think of in the best format you could ever get it in, basically, right? So um, it's super awesome. Has all your trace minerals, basically. So, which is phenomenal for making sure that your mitochondria are supported and you're able to produce the right amount of energy, all that stuff. This particular formula has ginkgo in it. It's really good. Ashwagandha. It has tonka aoi. Um, so, uh, so taking those together are really awesome. I know, yeah, there's somebody in here that takes those two things together, and they've gotten really good results with some stuff. So they might want to look into just getting this when they don't have to take two separate products. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, really good stuff in this formula as well. But Shilajit is one of those things that you want to cycle as well. So 1 month off, 1 month on, 1 month off. So that's why I suggest cycling between these two. But any more questions? I think next week we get into the microbiome and some different probiotic and prebiotic stuff. Yeah. Yep, we're going to jump into some lactobacillus and bifidobacterium.
Have you decided on a night of when you're going to do it?
Yes, the announcement. Yeah, we're going to do Tuesday night. Tuesday night. I put it at 7, but if we need to do it later, that's fine. If y'all want to push it to 8, that's fine. I don't know what everybody likes to do. Y'all let me
Earlier
know.
the better for us.
What's that?
Like 7 would be good.
Okay. So we got to vote for 7.
Seven's fine. US doesn't play till Wednesday, so we're good.
Sweet. Oh. So I'm thinking 7 it is on, or yeah, 7 it is on Tuesday nights.
Okay, this Tuesday coming up, Pops won't be able to make it, but I'll be here because he's got a meeting.
Okay. That's all good. All good, all good. All right. Well, if we ain't got nothing else, congrats on winning the age rescue. I'll get you that soon. And if there's anything y'all got questions about or anything, just shoot them over in the chat and we can talk about them. If there's anybody that you know that has a condition you think that we could help with or anything, or they're looking for help or anything like that, let them know. Have them message me and we'll see what we can do. You know, I'm always looking for people that need help, see what we can help them out with. So we've
Let me
got a
ask
lot
you
of,
this, Matt.
yeah.
The gut and I don't know how these would relate, but type 1 diabetes.
Mhm. So type 1 diabetes is, basically dietary. So wait, it's type 2. Sorry. But yeah, type 1 diabetes. We're actually going to break into that in the next couple of weeks. I don't remember which week it is. But I think week 15, we're actually going to start diving into specific autoimmune conditions. But yes, the gut is going to have a significant effect on type 1 diabetes because it's going to help, calm down that immune system first and foremost, right? If I remember correctly, there's a lot of weird viral stuff that is happening with type 1 type diabetes in molecule mimicry. And we talked about parasite mimicry, basically, which is why the immune system starts attacking the beta cells in the first place. And depending on what stage the person is in, I have seen it reversible. It's very, very difficult when it's past a certain stage. But the pancreas is not the only place that produces beta cells. I know this, but I don't remember where the other place is. I'd have to look it up. But there is another area in the body that produces beta cells. And I cannot remember off the top of my head for the life of me where it is. But so there is a way to circumvent and create insulin. And it might be the brain if I'm not, because I know the brain makes its own insulin, but I'm not exactly sure how. But I'll have to look into that. But yes, restoring the gut is extremely important. That would be, I would do the parasite approach for that hardcore first, right? So, um, you know, parasite cleanse and then gut protocol type deal for that, because that's usually is what is going on with that particular autoimmune issue. So, does that help?
Yeah, I'll talk to him, see if I can get him on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah, and it definitely depends on, how far along, how long it's been going on, how much, there's a lot of different factors that lend into that, but you definitely want to take the smooth, the non-invasive approach, the more natural, gentle approach to these sort of things, because too much jerking around the body can really mess some things up. So you definitely want to do it gently. So I
So
since it's just, yeah.
go ahead. Good
No,
luck getting them on, 'cause I've had about 4 people that I've talked to, and everyone, I'm real concerned about health. And I was like, okay, well, if you want to learn about it for free, very helpful place you can go to. Crickets, not a word, nothing. Nobody shows up. I've given people the URL and everything, so it's hard. It's hard finding people that are really actually serious about it.
yeah. Well, it's, I very much so relate it uh to Jesus. It's you,
Mm-hmm.
you
True.
talk to people about Jesus, and it's like they're so resistant. It's very, very similar in the way that people react, you know. And but doesn't mean you stop letting people know, because
Exactly.
they need it. But yeah, I was gonna say I got, and I think I told you this earlier, but I got into an argument with my physical therapist today about you know telling people that they should avoid doctors, and she was like flipping out over that. She's like, you can't tell people not to go to doctors. And she basically said that some people are stupid and they'll do everything you tell them. And I'm like, people can make their own decisions. Like, they have individual responsibility. Like, I'm not making anybody do anything. She basically said, well, to the susceptible people, you're telling them how to live their life and everything. I'm like, no, they can clearly make their own decisions. I'm just giving and allowing them to have the information to make that decision. That's all anybody can ever ask for. Um, but the medical industry is so disingenuous, and they cover up all the information. They cover up all the negative information, and they cover up all the good information. They just cover it all up and then pitch you fear. And so I don't want to live in a state of fear, and I'm not going to. But they, but yeah, she said, I actually care about people, so I'm going to tell them to go to the doctor and all that stuff. And I said, well, I actually care about people, so that I'm going to tell them to avoid the doctor. So, and it was really funny. But then she started talking about genetics and stuff, and this is proven genetic disease and blah blah blah. And I said, well, I know it's not I know it's not genetic, because you can go to indigenous culture that has all the same genetics, and they don't have all the same diseases. And she's like, we just need to table this conversation. There's other people in there, so she didn't want to argue about it. And I was like, all right, that's fine. It was funny. But yeah, people are very, very resistant. And part of me, and it sucks because I hate this part of this whole deal, is part of me wants to say, well, I've written a book about this, and I've worked with doctors that agree with me. I've worked with chiropractors that agree with me. I've gone to school for this, and that. And she's gone to school too, But but then at the same time, I hate doing that because I don't want to lend myself as the expert on anything. I want people to actually dive in, experiment, and take responsibility for themselves. Yes, I've done a lot of work to acquire information and put it together and stuff, but it doesn't mean that it's perfect, first of all, and then second of all, um, people have to take responsibility. I can't do anything for anybody. They have to make the decision every single day to get up and do the right things. So it's crazy though. She's I don't know. I don't know where that mindset comes from, where you're just not open to listening or a conversation about anything. It's wild to
I can tell you. I know. I mean, I've dealt with people enough about health stuff and well, uh, working out and so same thing. The establishment has done a good job of convincing them that they are experts and you shouldn't question them. And that's
Yeah.
what it's all about. Basically, it reinforces their revenue streams, and you can't convince people otherwise that that's what it's all about, rather than your health. You forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I oftentimes have to remind people doctors are not professionals, they're practitioners. There's a big difference.
Practicing medicine. That's why they call it practicing medicine.
Hmm. That's right. That is right. Yeah. We've become an expert driven society. So we always look to the experts to tell us what to do. Otherwise, we have to be responsible for the outcome. And it's not okay. It's just, it's wild. So we can blame it on somebody else if something doesn't happen. Now it's like you can't even blame it on the doctors, right? They've got everybody believing it's genetics. And it's like,
Yeah.
we'll just blame the ghost in the room. Like,
Hmm.
blame it on the person in Africa doing voodoo on you. Why don't you? I mean, there's no difference. It's crazy. Crazy. But she tried to tell me that people aren't doing this to themselves. I said, so that's exactly what's going on. That's I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, they got you convinced that diseases just jump on you and
Yeah.
attack you, and you're helpless. And now they got the answer. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's break. We'll go ahead and pray and pray us out, and we will get on the next one. So everybody bow your hearts. Lord, thank you so much for allowing us to come together and just learn about your creation, Lord. The greatest evidence of you is the creation that is all around us and within us, Lord. And we're so thankful for that creation. And we're so thankful for the grace that you inherently have designed within our bodies that allow us to heal naturally. We're so thankful for the things that you've provided for us to heal naturally, Lord. And we're thankful for the information you've given us that we can learn about all of these wonderful things that you've created and be good stewards of them and your word. Or just continue to speak through us, allow us to reach out and help those in need and to bring them back to you every chance we get. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right, y'all.
See ya.
We'll see y'all next week or Tuesday. Love you.